Hi, this is Elvina, and I have another fun fold to show you. I don't know just what to call it, so I call it folded to stand. I'm sure there are people out there with fancier names, but this is what I call it because it's folded so that it can stand. So now that's not the best angle, but at least you can see how it's standing. But then this is the front of the card. So this card can be used a lot of different ways. Here's the back. Okay, now, a lot of different ways for photos, for fancy decorations, for simple. Anyway, so let me just show you how it goes together. Okay, first of all, you need a card that's just for your card base. You need one that's 5.5 by 8.5. That's the usual size. And then you need to score it at 2 inches, 3 1/8 inches, 5 3/8 inches, and 6.5 inches. So we're going to do that first before we go on any further. So let me grab the Simply Score tool. See if I can fit that here so that you can see. What's nice about this is it has all these markers so that you can set them up for especially when you have multiple lines you need to score. You can set that up. Comes with the scoring tool at the base. So I'm just going to line my card up in front. And like I said, for this I have it set at 2 inches. So let me score. I like to use the big end. This is 2, 3 1/8, and then 5 3/8, and then 6.5. Okay, so now I can move the big thing out of the way. Excuse me while I reach in front of you. Sorry. And then we will fold this and burnish the folds. So I'm going to fold this like so. And this one's going to go back like so. And then this one will go back like so. And this one will go like so. And then what I do is I just kind of fold it together and go over it one more time on both sides, just to make sure it's got a good crease on the fold. Okay, so there you go. There's our card. See? And when I hold it like this, you can stand it up. So then what you need, excuse me, is some designer paper. I use 3 pieces of contrast or designer paper, and I cut them at 5 1/4, so there's a little border at the top, and then either at 1 3/4 or 1 7/8. If you cut them at 1 7/8, you can always trim them down if you want. But I need 3 pieces, so here I've got 3. And again, designer paper has 2 sides, so you can put it on there however you want. But I'm going to put it on like this. Put this one on here, and these 2 on the sides. Now I could do it with the green on the sides if I wanted. Okay, either way. Well, I'll do them this way for now. Okay, so all I have to do is tape those down. So, the magic of television. Okay, I've got these put on. Then you need a couple of white pieces for the back. You can either do one in the middle or one on either side, because you need a place to sign your name to give your greeting if you're going to write a greeting. So that would be 1 or 2 pieces, your choice. Excuse me. And that should also be 5 1/4 by either 1 7/8 or 1 3/4. Totally up to you. It's all depending on how much border you want around the edges. And then we'll get to the center focal piece in a minute. Okay, so let me go ahead. Here's my white. So we need to stamp on these before we attach them to the card. Always try to do that. Do your stamping before you attach. So I'm going to put a couple trees at the bottom. These trees are from the, let's see, was that the October? This is November, coming in November. So it was the October paper pumpkin set, which was just a beautiful set, paper pumpkin kit. And I love these trees. I'm using Mossy Meadow. So I'm going to, let's see, can you see that? Stamp them. And then I'm going to stamp again. Move it over just a little bit and stamp again. Okay. Doing the same on the bottom of the other one. Stamp across the bottom. Breathe on it a little bit, or huff on it, I guess is what it's called. Move them a little bit so I have a couple layers of trees. And then I need my greeting, which I think most of you know how to do this, but I'm just showing you. This, you'll need a greeting that's, you can't really do a, you know how I had on my sample one, the big Merry Christmas. Won't fit on this little, so I found smaller greetings. And I forgot to write down which stamp set this is from. It has a lot of different greetings, not just Christmas greetings in it. So I'm going to put wishing you all the beautiful gifts of Christmas. And on this one I'm going to put peace, joy, love. Okay, let's see if I can do this straight when I'm looking through the camera. There we go. Okay, not too bad. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. Okay, so there you go. I've put my designer paper on the front. I've got my 2 pieces for the back, which I can just attach on here with my Stampin' Snail. And then I need to work on my front focal point. Okay, let me just put a little bit here and here. Okay, I'm going to put this one on this side. And again, I cut it so that I'd have just a little bit of a red border around. As you can see, there's just a little red border around there. That's why I said 1 7/8 or 1 3/4. Just depends on how much border you want. Okay, with the Stampin' Seal, you don't need a lot because it holds pretty good. Okay, there we go. And just so you know, this card fits in a regular size envelope. So that's what's nice about it. You know, it fits in a regular size envelope. Okay, yet it stands up. Okay, now for the front, we need a focal point in the front. So I use the Stitch So Sweetly dies. The largest one is just a little bit over 4 inches, about 4 1/8 inch or so, which is nice then because you don't want to go over 4 1/4 or it won't fit in your envelope. So that fits right across there. And then I just cut out the next size down and I stamped something on it. Now I just want to tell you though, you could put a photo on here. You could even put it on here this way and have, like, you know, your school wallet photos. Maybe you're going to send a picture of the grandkids or something. So you could do it that way too. I did a photo one, where I just put the photo on like this. And then I did this one on a white. So then I didn't have to put colored paper on, but I thought, oh, it just looks kind of plain in the back. So I went ahead and added a little designer paper there and stamped my greetings on there. So there we go. We've got a photo card if you're a person who sends photo cards. But what I'm going to do for this card is I actually used this girl and the dog from Seasons of Fun, which is a hostess set only available till the end of the year, December, because it's in the holiday mini. So I stamped it and then I colored it with the Stampin' Blends. So then for sure when you color with Stampin' Blends, you know, you get a little color behind, so bleeds through. So you want to be sure and put it on another piece of cardstock. So that's what I'm going to do. Just going to stick it on the Pear Pizzazz, I believe, which coordinates with this paper. Okay, stick it down. And also, I don't think you can see, but I did add a little Wink of Stella, and I've got a couple of gems in there, and the snowflakes too. So now this will go right in the middle here. And remember, when you're attaching your front piece, you don't want to put glue all the way around out to the edges because you'll glue your whole card down and then you lose the point of being able to pull it apart and stand it up. So I just put some glue down the middle. So let me put some down here. Whoop. I want this to stay on there good, so I'm using a couple strips of it. Okay, and position it. I'm going to put a greeting below it, so I don't want it way down at the bottom. And I'll just stick it on here. Okay, now that's stuck on. And so then I went ahead and stamped a greeting, and then I punched out an oval circle. I used the double oval punch so I could put that on a little colored background. I could put these up with dimensionals, but it's a little bit thicker because of the fold, so I thought rather to save on postage, I'm not going to put it up on dimensionals. There you go. How quick and easy is that? Now, if you do want to add, this is another great punch. It's called the Evergreen Border Punch, and it's sold in a bundle with the Evergreen Elegance stamp set. And I like to use that to put a few trees along the bottom. So what I do is I just I turn it upside down. You can do it from the front. It's got places for you to line up the trees. But I go upside down and I look where the edge is. And then I punch. And I tell people, be careful. I have fat hands. I've caught them and pinched them in the middle before. I punch it there. And that away. And then I can just slide it over. Line it right up in that edge. Punch again. So those scraps away. A lot of times people think those are the trees. Okay. And now I've got my trees. So if I want to, maybe I'd like to add a couple trees here. I could go ahead and just cut this down. Add some trees there. And add some trees there. And then it's just gives another little look to the card. Okay, so let me show you some of the other cards I've made. I think this is pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. Again, remember, then it'll stand up, but it'll fold to fit in an envelope. Okay, so this was the first one that I showed you with the Merry Christmas. That I used the Evergreen Elegance, and that's again the saying from the paper pumpkin and the trees from the paper pumpkin. Okay, this one I think is so cute, but this is not one I would send a lot of because I had to fussy cut everything from the paper. It's from the Sweet Stockings designer paper in the Holiday Mini, page 31 I believe. But I even cut out the fishbowl, and I don't know if you can see, I put some Wink of Stella in the fishbowl to make the water a little sparkly. Cut out the cat, the mouse, the dog. That was a lot of cutting, but it was fun. It's a fun, cute card, especially for the animal lovers in your life. This was one I did back during Celebration using the Celebration set. Just a whole different look with the grays and the rock. Okay, that's one. And then I showed you my one with the photograph again, and you could turn it up and down if you have a wallet card that's up and down. And then this one I think is my favorite. This one I did on crumb cake. This is actual vanilla cardstock that I ran through the music folder and kind of sponged it a little bit to antique it a little bit. And then I have gold, the larger sweetly stitched die. And this is another one from the sweetly stitched die with the greeting on it. And then I cut a snowflake in half, and I have some leaves there. Okay, and then on the back side I just put one paper in the middle because we'll probably just sign our name to that. But again, that's another card that will stand up. Sometimes people like to display them on their mantle or table. Anyway, there you go. I think that's all I needed to tell you. I hope you have a great Christmas, and thanks for watching. Bye.